Make money, make muscles, learn game. If you're listening to me, you're a hot dude. The hot dude life is not about your physical appearance. The hot dude life is a mentality. The Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. Decrease your judgment of others and increase the judgment of yourself. So you belong to the streets, huh?
100%.
It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
This is a textbook example of really good game.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan from the Masculine Empowerment Network. Let me ask you one quick question. Are you tired of suffering? I think you are. We are all aware of the state of current events in the world right now. War, inflation, rising prices, insane politician, government mandates, a crazy dating experience, unhealthy food, job shortages, rising mental health issues, and so much more. This is the uncomfortable reality for the average man, and quite frankly, the odds are not in your favor alone. This is why I created the Masculine Empowerment Network. And on April 28th, we are launching our annual enrollment once again for the year 2022. The Masculine Empowerment Network is a 3-part program that begins delivering value the moment you sign up. The first part is access to the online dating mastery course, SALT. This course will teach you how to build a high-value dating profile as well as an Instagram profile so you can create a way to attract beautiful women into your life effortlessly and forever. You'll receive this immediately upon signing up. Secondly, you'll get immediate access to our Masculine Empowerment Network Telegram chat, where you'll be joining other men from across the world in their red-pilled journey to success. The chat will be available for you until April 1st, 2023. This is where you get answers on text message game, analyzing dating profiles in real life, fat loss and muscle building strategies, managing current events, cryptocurrency, investment opportunities, and so much more. This is the power of infinite data in the palm of your hands. Third, you'll get access to the Masculine Empowerment Network live training webinars on Zoom. Starting May 3rd at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be 2 live training sessions per weekday until May 17th. These sessions will be recorded for you and available for re-watching later. I believe with these 3 components, you will be able to join the thousands of men whose lives were changed across the world into the elite level of lifestyle. Now, in addition to this, there are 3 bonuses for all men who enroll. The first bonus is access to 40 more webinar sessions throughout 2022. The second class series of the Masculine Empowerment Network starts on August 8th. and finishes on August 19th. The third class series of the Masculine Empowerment Network starts on January 9th and ends on January 20th. You'll be able to attend these live training sessions absolutely for free, totaling to 60 webinar education sessions for the 2022 enrollment period. The second bonus is access to the Masculine Empowerment Network video database. Now, this is a video database of all training sessions done from 2019 until the end of 2021. The database literally has 300 plus hours of recorded teachings from all great Red Pill leaders across the world for you to have lifetime access to. And finally, for the third bonus, you'll get access to the Men forums where you can communicate and connect with men about all things masculine in a completely anonymous and secure way. Now let me tell you something. Over the last 5 years of me being a men's coach, I have come to realize the data you consume is the man you become. This is why I have put together the ultimate data set for you to become the ultimate man. Whether it be money, muscles, game, or frame, the Masculine Empowerment Network will help you to where you want to be in life. Enrollment will begin on April 28th, so go to the masculineempowermentnetwork.com and get on the waiting list because enrollment will only be for 5 days. After that, we have to begin the live training sessions. In addition to that, you cannot get in and the prices will go up until next enrollment in July. Take action today and let's change your life forever. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Hey, this stuff is all over the internet for free. What makes your network so different? This is a common question from the common man. But quite frankly, what we offer is not common. We teach you to be elite. We teach you to become the masculine red-pilled man that you want to be. Where else can you find this? Nowhere but the Masculine Empowerment Network, because we offer you the truth with a red pill lens. So go to the masculineempowermentnetwork.com right now and get on the waiting list to find out more.
Boom, baby, we're live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode number 512. Oh, 521. 521 episodes. Can you believe that I've done 521 episodes? There's a little light on me. There's a little light. Should we crank the brightness up? Whoa, that's too bright. Oh, man. There we go. Technical issues sorted. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. We're starting a new series here. The Red Pill Sunday Sermon, the book of Ecclesiastes, my second favorite book in the Bible. Red Pill Sunday Sermon, what it is we just reflect on the wisdom in the old Bible. And we talk about what is good stuff in the Bible, good stuff that can be applied to the guys out there with a red pill lens, because we all know the Bible's pretty based, but don't forget about being based. Well, we got this here. The Masculine Empowerment Network, boys, is going live April 28th. You're not going to want to miss out on this. Go to the masculineempowermentnetwork.com. Get on the waiting list. Just put your email address right here. Hit secure your spot. You'll be on the waiting list for free. Go ahead and read all this. This is like completely put together by me and my team of experts. We really just let you know exactly all of the great stuff that you'll be getting here in detail. All right. If you want a TLDR, too long didn't read, we have created an infographic for you. So when you join the Masculine Empowerment Network, this is what you get, okay? You get access to the members-only forum, which is censorship-free. You get access to 60 Zoom Q&A sessions across the year, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we go for 10 days. 10 days, weekdays, twice a day, okay? You get access to my course, SALT. Okay, this is how to master online dating and Instagram, because you can pull girls off Instagram as well. Then you get access to the private Telegram chat for 1 whole year, linking up with red pill masculine men across the globe who are on that journey of excellence just like you. You get access to the Masculine Empowerment Network database with over 200 hours of previously recorded services. And you get direct access to me, Jonathan, from Modern Life Dating. That's April 28th, boys. April 28th. So go to the masculineempowermentnetwork.com. Get on the waiting list. Get on in. Here's what it looks like. April 28th, right? It's only $7.97. And then if you sign up for April 28th, you can get into the July 28th and the December 29th sessions. If you sign up in July, you only get July and December. You sign up in December, you only get December, okay? So it is in your best interest to sign up and make the investment for yourself across the year so you can get your little tune-ups and sort yourself out so you can be updated and sorted on your masculine journey in this life, just to be an above average guy. That's basically what we're doing in the Masculine Empowerment Network. Is we have a community of guys who all collectively say, you know what, I just don't want to be average. I want to be above average, right? And when you make that choice and you're surrounded by other guys who want to be above average, it's like a certain sort of power that you get that's really empowering. So many people who have joined this network, close friends of mine who have doubled their salaries, tripled their salaries, gotten so many more girls in their life, gotten jacked, lost fat, created apps, started businesses, started their own little companies. So many great things have come from the Masculine Empowerment Network. And so I really just wanted to let you guys know that this is really life-changing stuff. And it's available for enrollment starting on April 28th. Make the investment in yourself, man. Make the investment in yourself. Trust me, it is worth it. All right. So, how are we doing? Do we like the new thumbnail? I made the new thumbnail. Do we like it? 1 in the chat if you like the thumbnail, the new one. 2 if you like the old one. I just had to spice it up a bit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome to Alpha Male April here on the Modern Life Dating channel, where every day in the month of April I will be going live, bringing forth tons of value to you men out there for free. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about inner game on tomorrow's Monday morning show. You're not going to want to miss that. Today is Sunday show, right? And so the thing here is the Sunday show, let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. The Sunday show, for me, is one of my favorite shows because the people that show up, right? These are the guys that we're like the special crew, you know what I mean? The insider, the hot dude inner circle. And I appreciate you guys for watching me, wherever you are in the world, whether you're in Nairobi, Kenya, right? Or in Argentina, like some of our pals here. If you're in America, wherever you are, type where you are in the chat right now. I just want to see where you guys are. Tell me what city, what state, what country you're in, if you're not in America. Because I would really like to know. I am just very interested in seeing who's here. But you guys who tune in on these days really, really hold a special place in my heart. Argentina, Buenos Aires, Jersey, Virginia, Montreal, South Florida, Connecticut, Sioux Falls, Iowa, MD, USA, Linden, Berlin for work at the moment. What's up, Ben? Great stuff. Aslan is in Jacksonville, Florida. May the Lord be with you. Manitoba, Canada. NW, Indiana. Nuremberg, Germany. Cody's in Germany. Are you on base, Cody? I feel like that's a base. I mean London. London. Miguel Pasca is in London. Yeah, you're always sending me those great British pounds, mate. Appreciate those donations. You always send me 5 pounds here and there. Every one of you guys that sends me a donation, really, thank you so much. Trinidad and Tobago from my hometown. Wow. Green Bay, Wisconsin says hashtag end the Fed. I love it. Glitching out there. There we go. hardwired in. I don't know. I'm hardwired in on fiber optic. New York. Yeah, every time one of you guys send a donation, I appreciate it, man. I know it's hard to make money out there, and as a man too, it's really hard. So, believe you me, I feel like, you know, it's there's a lot to be said when you guys send me your dollars, and that's why I want to work extra hard, be a good man serving you guys. So, Ecclesiastes. All right. So Ecclesiastes, okay, so it can be a little bit of a Debbie Downer book, okay? We're going to go for an hour. Okay? And we're just going to go, and I'm going to go on my rambles. You know, it takes me time to warm up, but eventually I do get all warmed up. And you know, that's when I drop the fire. I'm always kind of sluggish on Sundays because now Dude Party came back. By the way, if you did not watch Dude Party yesterday, we had a really good episode, Dude Party. Go check it out. It's a really great thing to have there. So, yeah, it's great to have that show back. It was a good time. Me, Aaron Clary, Rollo popped in, Red Pill Thor, John Fitch, and that was it. But, you know, I went to bed at like 5:30 a.m., and then I woke up at 9:30, and I was just wide awake. And so I was a little grouchy today, little aches and pains. Still went to the gym. Actually, so I went and had breakfast at this breakfast diner, right? It's full transparency report for you bros. Then I went for an hour walk in the park. And then I came home. I laid down for a little bit, and then I went to the gym, and then I walked on full incline, 2.5 speed, for 30 minutes, and then I sat down on the stationary bike, and I rode that for 15 minutes, and it's a 10-minute walk to my gym, 10-minute walk back from my gym. So it's kind of an active rest day. Didn't lift any weights. Also slept only 4 hours, so dragging on by.
You guys don't donate $100 right
thank
now. You're a beta male. You're a cuck.
Aslan,
you're blue
thank
pill
you
for
so
life.
much.
You better send me $1,000 in donation
But-
right now.
And that's
4 hours of sleep. Still went for a walk outside. Had the tank top on. Got the vitamin D. And then went to the gym on top of that. Had a salad for dinner. I'm doing my best out here, boys. I'm trying to hold it down. Aslan, $5 super chat says, appreciate your content, MLD, saving lives with your red pill knowledge. Thank you. Doing my best. Do my best to do my duty to God and my country. Shall we just get right into this? This is pretty. Listen, don't get all depressed on me. You know, I'll tell you this. I'll be very honest with you, because I think we are all here for something, right? Tell me this. Why do you watch me? In the chat, please tell me, why do you watch me? Do you want more money? You want more muscles? More game? More inner game healing stuff? Why do you watch me? Let me know. Because let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead. I just want to know. Why exactly do you watch me? We got people like Sebastian says, I'm here for it all. Core 4, Money Muscles Game Frame. All of the above. All of it. Game, inner healing. Working on them all. Money Muscles Game Frame. Game. Godly perspective on red pill. Okay. Inner game healing. To put myself in the core 4. Your comedy. Thank you. To live the best. Live life I want to live the life I want to best level I can. You will. Money Muscles Game Frame and Game. I'll be honest, I'm here for inner game. Good. Be honest. Learn little new things. A live role model you can interact with. Thank you, Ben. That's nice of you. Business, frame, inner healing. Insights, entertaining. Truth and facts. You make me laugh. Is that the real Torsha? Torsha, are your boobs real? Blunt. Copter says entertaining. Cool. I am very blunt. The truth. Yes, thank you so much. So, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, here's the blunt truth. Here's really okay. So I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is very dark, and this is very, kind of. It's dark. It's kind of I don't want to say depressing, but it is a harsh reality, and you guys know I'm all about giving you the truth about harsh realities. Okay, so here's the deal. Once you get to my level of success, sexually, right, where I have truly mastered the game, I can go out there and get any girl that I want. Not any girl, but you know what I mean. There are very few girls I cannot get. If a girl gives me the time of day, it's game over. Okay, it's game over. She gives me time of day. I could go download Tinder and Bumble and go on Seeking and OkCupid, whatever the case may be, even Japanese dating apps. I have hooked up with chicks off of language exchange apps. I have picked up chicks off of LinkedIn. Okay? I have picked up chicks off of, like, let's study English online forums. All right? I have picked up a chick off of Craigslist. I sold a mattress to a lady on Craigslist, and then I fucked her on it, okay? I have done it all. And when you get to that level of sexual success, it's easier. Yeah, I'll say it is a little bit easier than the financial success, right? But when you get to the level of sexual success where you pretty much are satisfied, and the real way to get sexually satisfied is to understand the game, so it becomes boring. It's no longer entertaining anymore, right? And then when you have enough money to really not need to work, and you've created a great business system, and you have more money than you need. And I will say this: I think if you're not working a normie, conformie slave job, and you are making, I'll say this, $300,000 a year, U.S., and you don't live in like a fucking liberal shithole state, you're going to have more than enough money you need. And when you get all the pussy you want, you're going to have more than enough pussy than you need. That you start to sit around and then you just realize, okay, all I'm really doing now is enjoying my life as much as I can as I sit here and wait to die. That's the truth. And I noticed this when I started to become friends with a lot of my rich friends, right? I'm friends with people who are closing like 9-figure deals. And I love these guys. They're the only ones that like I come alive and I feel alive. And personally, I feel like I'm at a glass ceiling and I'm like punching at it, trying to get through to the next level. And these are the only guys that I like really chase after and try to hang out with as much as I can, right? And so, that being said, that's the only thing that really excites me is getting to that next level. I've been studying a lot on my free time every day. All I've been studying is like how to get to the next level and like these levels of corporatization and, you know, media buying and all this high level stuff that is just above my head. And it makes me feel like late to the game too, right? I feel like, damn, I'm fucking, you know, I see like kids 10 years younger than me, like making millions and millions and millions and crushing it, right? And I know I got more game than these kids in my fucking, you know, fingernail clippings, but you know, that don't, I mean, I guess it's one of the greatest currencies in the world, but when you're swimming in pussy, it's like, you know, who cares? So, that being said, when you get to my level and you have all the pussy you want, and you have all the money you want, and you're kind of like detached from society as well, because I like kind of live this Bruce Wayne Batman lifestyle. I live up in my tower mansion here, and I really don't communicate with anybody if I don't need to. I have like, you know, a relationship with my cleaning lady. She comes over sometimes, and then I have a few select friends that I'm friends with, right? And you know, I see the world happening. I see like the cogs of the wheel, the cogs of the wheel turning, and but I'm disconnected from the game, and I've realized like all I'm doing is basically like sitting around waiting to die. A little dark, okay, but I'm just telling you, this is what happens. So when you guys like want to aspire to where I'm at, I'm just gonna let you guys know that that is something that's gonna happen. And when I talk to my rich friends, they always factor in death into all their financial spendings, right? If I buy something expensive or I do something great, go to a trip, whatever, they're always like, get the best, fly the best, do the best, because you're gonna keep making money, and they know because like I have the business acumen. I'm not like a trust fund baby or whatever. And then they're always because like they always say like because you can just die tomorrow, and and then all this shit's for meaninglessly. Like you got to learn how to live well. Like don't live beyond your means, right? But earn well and live well, right? And so that's something that really opened my eyes when they started factoring death into their equations. And it's pretty wild, right? When you meet somebody who's made like $50 million or $150 million. Never in my life that I think A, I would meet these kind of people. B, would they entertain me? And 3, they would actually like respect me and like reach out to me and say, let's hang out. I like you. Let's meet up. And it's like, it's really refreshing and wild at the same time, but it's cool. You know what I mean? So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. And that kind of ties into Ecclesiastes. So the, chapter 1 here is pretty wild. And I think because we were talking about this yesterday on Rule 0, I think people need to be reminded that they're going to die. I think a lot of motherfuckers are stuck in this Peter Pan existence. Like, women don't think they're going to get old. Women don't think, like, as they get older, there's not going to be fertility problems, right? They just think, like, oh, like, as long as I'm immature and mentally 16 years old my whole life, like, I'll get pregnant. Like, nothing bad will happen to me. My tits will always be perky. They're never going to sag. I'm never going to get wrinkles on my face. And guys think the same thing. Like, oh, I can always do construction. I can always go pick up a shift here, do this, and live in, by the seat of their pants. You know what I mean? Just working this shit job here, saving some money, but not really saving money. And I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna YOLO this. I'm gonna YOLO that. I'm gonna YOLO. And next thing you know, your life's all fucked up. 30 slaps a lot of people in the face, which is good. 33, I had to come to Jesus, talk with myself. When I was 33. I was with my families, and that clock hit midnight, and everybody was like, hey, Happy New Year, I was with my girlfriend at the time. She was like, Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be the next year. I was like, get away from me. I'm a 33-year-old loser. I should die when I'm 33 like Jesus. And I had to be very, very, extremely harshly honest with myself. I'm like, dude, you're a 33-year-old loser. You quit your corporate job. You started teaching English. You said you'd do this YouTube thing hardcore. You haven't been going as hardcore as you wanted to. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I was right. And that's when I took my last remainder of Bitcoin. That was in 2018 to 2019 January. I took 0.68 Bitcoin. I took it to a camera chain, an electronics chain in Japan called Big Camera. And I paid with Bitcoin to buy a MacBook Pro to start this show that you're watching right now, Interview with a Man. And 521 episodes later, here we are. I am a multi-million-dollar earner. I am happy. I am healthy. I have great people in my life. I am shooting for 10 million, then 30 million, then 50 million, then 100 million. And I'm going to do it because I'm a genius. I'm smart. If I got this far, why else would I get there? You know what I mean? The question is just when will I get there, right? But it all started with that harsh conversation I had with myself. Okay? And being very, very, very grounded in reality. So, just had a gust of wind here. Thought it was an earthquake. We had an earthquake the other day again. It was pretty scary. Some little baby earthquake. Well, anyways, let's go. Shall we go to Ecclesiastes? If you have your Bible with you at home today, go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1. The title of this chapter is Everything is Meaningless, okay? And spoiler alert, chapter 2 is also Pleasures Are Meaningless. And we're going to go to chapter 3 as well. But this is really good stuff. I want you to listen up, okay? Here we go. The words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem, he says. So, hold on. Real Bougie says, I'm 17. I'm going to be cold come 30. Okay, you should definitely start talking like an educated person if you want to amount to anything by the time you're 30. All you guys need to drop this whole thug shit, this ghetto shit. Drop that. That lifestyle is not going to bring you anywhere. You got to fucking get rid of that shit if you really want to amount to something in life. Okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When you talk like that, you communicate like that, people judge you and they take opportunities away from you. Welcome to the real world. Okay? If you don't like it, I mean, sorry. I don't know what to say. But you got to deal with that. The words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What do people gain from all their labors at which they toil under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun sets, and it hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return again. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which we can say, look, this is something new? It was here already, long ago. It was here before our time. No one remembers the former generations, and even those yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow them. Pretty deep, right? Pretty dark. You guys hearing that? Okay. So it's even back in this time, ancient time, they were talking about death. You know, they're talking about how it's inevitable. You're going to die. And as men, we have to really look at our years given to us and think deeply, how are we going to spend these years? I'm not going to lie. I was filled with regret from ages 18 until 26. The only thing I did valuable with those 8 years was get my degree. Now, we could go ahead and say, you know, I could have done, I did a lot of things to become the man I am, which I did master sales during that time, right? I did master having high-level social skills. I did master being able to sleep with a lot of women, which ties into the sales part, right? And I did master the art of entry-level entrepreneurship, rather. So I did do that, but looking back at, as a 36-year-old man now, looking at those 18 to 26 period of time, I saw a lot of time wasted. And I saw a lot of time that I could have used better. And I just wish I had a teacher. I wish I had a man who was smart and masculine. You know, quite frankly, I wish I had a dad to fucking tell me what to do. But I didn't. I had to figure it out my own way. But the good thing is when you figure out your own way and the hard way, you suffer a lot along the way. You suffer the time. You suffer the emotions. You suffer the taste of failure, regret, all those things. But what you get in return are hardcore lessons that you are not going to learn. You're not going to forget, excuse me. You can't unlearn the hardcore lessons. Those are with you forever, right? But that's why I started the Masculine Empowerment Network, because I wanted to help out with the guys so you can learn from my mistakes. Because now when I go to guys who make literally hundreds of millions of dollars, I just tell them what my plans are, and then when they criticize me and say, this is bad, this is good, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, right? I listen, because I learn from their mistakes. That's what you should do. You should learn from people's mistakes. Try your best not to make them, but when you do, because inevitably we'll make them, but when you make the mistakes, you have to pay the price, and when you pay the price, sometimes that price is forever, right? Some people make a mistake. They sell drugs to some undercover cop. They shoot somebody, they get the wrong woman pregnant. They fuck the wrong girl. They get AIDS, something like that. Now you got to pay the price forever. Other situations, mistakes aren't as costly. Maybe you break your arm. Maybe you break your heart, right? Costly. It's costly. It's better for you to learn from other people's mistakes and try not to make as many as possible. I will say this, though. When you do make mistakes on your own and you do suffer the pain, it's really hard to make those same mistakes again. So that's the upside. That's the positive side. Okay, let's continue. This section says, wisdom is meaningless. I, the teacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. I applied my mind to study and to explore by wisdom all that is done under the heavens. What a heavy burden God has laid on mankind. I have seen all the things that are done under the stars. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind. What is crooked cannot be straightened. What is lacking cannot be counted. Okay. I said to myself, look, I have increased in wisdom more than anyone who has ruled over Jerusalem before me. I have experienced much of wisdom and knowledge. Then I applied myself to the understanding of wisdom and also of madness and folly, but I learned that this too is a chasing after the wind. Now, this is one of my favorite scriptures in the entire Bible coming up next, okay? And this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18. And this is what you see happening a lot in the red pill community and, men's self-improvement spaces. It says right here, for with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. Okay? This is why when you meet hyper intelligent people, they're typically not like bouncing off the walls happy and like, oh my God, I'm so happy. It's usually the morons that are happy all the time. The dumber the person, usually the happier they are, right? There's a little pineapple juice at the bottom of my glass, and I mixed some Diet Dr. Pepper in there. These are the highlights of your life when you're 36. Just wow, what a flavorful combination. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief, right? So, looking at it's okay. My woman's so attentive. She heard that and she's like, "Oh my God, do I need to change out the Dr. Pepper?" No. She's doing great. But yeah, with much wisdom comes much sorrow, and the more knowledge, the more grief. And this is why I try to let guys know, because I fell into this trap about, I would say, between February and March, right? So I was doing market research, and I was just watching a bunch of YouTube red pill channels, right? Seeing what's out there, seeing what people are raging out and shit about. And so I started in like mid-February, after late February, after Inner Game Healing was done, right? And it carried into like towards the end of March. And what I had realized is I had started getting pulled into watching all this red pill clicking stuff, the red pill stuff, right? The clickbait stuff. And what happens is YouTube realizes what you like. And then when they realize what you like, they feed you more of it. So you start getting caught in this like echo chamber of videos being fed to you. And I had realized that I was starting to get a little sad watching all this red pill shit and being like, man, this shit is like, because like I said in the beginning on the commercial for the Masculine Empowerment Network, right? The data you watch is the man you become. The data you consume is the man you become. So I started, I got caught into this, like, I got ensnared into this shit. And it was a lot of wisdom. Not a lot of wisdom, but also some bullshit out there. And it started just filling my head with, like, unnecessary pessimistic views on shit. Pessimistic views on women, relationships, life happiness. And I had to realize at the end of March, I pulled back. I was like, wait, I need to get out of this. I need to stop. Can you guys believe it's already April 10th, by the way? Already April 10th. This year has flown by faster than usual. For me, it's flown by. Has a year flown by for you? I feel like it's flown by for me. But anyways, there's a lot of wisdom in the red pill community, but it can also make you depressed. So there's nothing wrong with being happy, right? Like, for example, right? Yesterday, we went to this breakfast place that we like to go to in Tokyo. And it's like this sweet lady. She runs it, right? And, she's very nice. She's very accommodating, and she is always like cooking French toast and big pancakes and eggs Benedict, like a very American menu, very hard to find in Tokyo, extremely hard actually. So we went there yesterday, Saturday morning, and you guys seen me probably if you watched me on my Instagram, which is Hot Dude Life, right? And then I woke up today and I was like, you know what? I just feel like going back to that same fucking restaurant today. And my girl was like, are you serious? You want to go? Right? And I was like, yeah, I do want to go. And, I could see her the little wheels in her head turning. It's like, well, we went there yesterday. Why would we go there again? Right? But for me, it's just like, no, the place makes me happy. So I don't really give a fuck if it seems weird or if the people think I'm weird or if I see somebody or somebody says I'm weird on Instagram for going to a place 2 days in a row. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be happy, right? Being happy is an extremely important part of life. And I think a lot of the red pill guys overlook that, and they get like so consumed in like clicks and, they're just such miserable people, right? So like, like people who like, the doom and gloom creators, like Coach 5'4" Adams and fucking Better Bachelor and all these guys, right? Sitting around just telling guys like, oh, it's all over, it's doom and gloom, and you're fucked, and this app sucks, and you suck, and this sucks, and everything sucks, and there's no hope out there, right? Dirtbags, because they don't understand they're spreading a message of hopelessness and fucking guys up. And I don't like that. And so, Miguel, how old are you? Bitter Bachelor. That is hilarious. Oh my God. I'm going to start calling him that. Right? And so, you got to be happy. Remember in the laws of power, avoid the unhappy and unlucky. That's a success trick as well, by the way. Anybody who makes unhappy auras around you, anybody who makes unhappy energy, you just feel their toxicity, you feel that shit. Get away from those people as soon as you start feeling that. Like digitally get away from that content. Don't watch it on YouTube. Don't watch it on Netflix, whatever your poison is, Netflix, Hulu. If you're rich like me and you have Disney Plus, make sure you keep your Disney Plus clean. But yeah, man. You gotta factor in happiness into your life. You're not gonna be happy all the time, but cultivating a mind of happiness is a positive choice you can make, and it is possible, but it does take a lot of time. And it doesn't necessarily negate the sorrow that comes with the wisdom, right? The wisdom that you get, and with great wisdom comes great sorrow, right? I'll go back to that, read it again. With much wisdom comes much sorrow, the more knowledge, the more grief, right? That is very true, but you can't balance it out, okay? You can balance it out. Aussie411 says, the Joker is a liar. I notice everything he says about Thailand, all the lies. He does not have that kind of game. I would agree. He doesn't strike me as a guy with game. Joker does not strike me as a guy with game. Shout out to Modern Wagey is in the house. I love that username, buddy. Shout out to you, Modern Wagey, for embracing the fact that you're a wagey and you want to escape. I mean, that's identifying the problem and being able to be strong enough to realize you have a problem is the first step into solving a problem. So shout out to you, brother. Miguel, 52. Okay. That's why you're dropping those big bucks on me. You're rich. You're my digital sugar daddy, huh? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Okay. So now it says, pleasures are meaningless. I said to myself, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good. But that also proved to be meaningless. Laughter, I said, is madness. And what does pleasure accomplish? I tried cheering myself with wine and embracing folly, my mind still guiding me with wisdom. I wanted to see what was good for people to do under the heavens during the few days of their lives. Okay. I undertook great projects. I built houses for myself and planted vineyards. I made gardens and parks and planted all kinds of fruits trees in them. I made reservoirs of waters, groves of flourishing trees. I brought male and female slaves and had other slaves who were born in my house. I also owned... This is fucking really old school. Talk about buying slaves. Fucking Christ. I also owned more herds and flocks than anyone in Jerusalem before me. I amassed silver and gold for myself and the treasure of kings and provinces. I acquired male and female singers and a harem as well, the delight of a man's heart. I became greater by far than anyone in Jerusalem before me. And all this, my wisdom stayed with me. Right. So I'll just finish this and give my commentary. I denied myself nothing my eyes pleasured. I refused my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all my labor, and this was the reward for my toil. Yet when I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun, right? So let's talk about that. So here's the deal, right? What he's basically saying is this is hedonistic adaptation. Have you heard about that? Hedonistic. Hedonistic. Hedonist. Did I spell that right? Hedonistic. Hedonistic. I know I'm saying it right, but I gotta write it out to spell it. Here, can I just type that out? Hedonistic. No, Hedon. Hedonnis. Yeah, I spelled it right. Okay. But yeah, hedonistic adaptation, right? Thanks, boys. Thank you, Trader Theory and Aslan and Lumberjack Samurai for typing it in the chat for me. So for example, right? When I first moved into my apartment, right? So my apartment's pretty lit. If you watch it on Instagram, Hot Dude Life, I have a huge 85-inch TV, right? I have big glass windows behind me. I have Dr. Charles Harambe, my giant gorilla statue next to me here. I have so much around me. Like I casually have like gold. I bought this gold last year and it's just been sitting here on my desk. I'm not even joking. Look at this. Got real gold here in these little baggies. Just been sitting here on my desk. Okay. I have like $15,000 in cash in the house somewhere. I have jewelry that's expensive. I got shoes that are like $1,200, right? Got some Louboutin shoes. I have, on the floor here, I have a RTX 2080 video card just sitting there on the floor. And if the average person would come here and be like, damn, like I used to have house parties and like these Japanese dudes would be like, oh, damn, bro, what do you pay for rent here? This house is lit. Like, this is awesome, right? But for me now, my house is just like my house. I've kind of grown into it, right? If I'm going to go on a date with a beautiful girl and she touches my arm on the date and she likes me and we have sex in the first date, yeah, it'll feel good. But unless she's like a really, really special girl, like, and what I mean by special girl, she does something for me emotionally. She has a great personality, right? It's all just kind of like, meh, For me, meeting a girl that'll have sex with me quickly is no longer interesting. For me, to meet a girl that I like actually enjoy talking to and like I like what she has to say and I like how she reciprocates me, right? Then I'm like, oh wow, now I'm interested because it's rare, right? I bought, when I bought my Rolex, right? At first I was like, oh my God, the Rolex is so amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Right. And then now it's, I just put on like, meh. Right. So you do grow to it. And it all kind of leads back to, I was talking to Troy. Me and Troy were talking in Bogota when we were hanging out, like after like, nights of debauchery. Holy shit. I love Troy. I love Troy so much. Troy's a great person. He's a great guy in real life. And we were joking. We were saying, everything ends in an existential crisis, right? Everything ends in an existential crisis. And that's what this guy's kind of explaining here, right? It's all meaningless because you're going to die. So you got to live a life that is meaningful to you. And, of course, apply the core four. Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Money, because we're men, and money is required for us as men. Women look to us as providers to this day. It's still wired in their little monkey brains, right? Just like it's wired in our monkey brains to hope that she has like a nice vagina and nice tits, good, attractive body, and sexy looking so she can make strong children for us, right? That's all sex and attraction is. It's to make children. And so that's what our little monkey brains want. We got to do our part as men. Make muscles. Why? Taking care of your health. Not being a fat fuck so you don't die like that bitch. The fat activist, her name is Cat Paws. And I guess she changed her name to have added to the myriad of bad decisions through her life. Died at age 42. They will not disclose the cause of her death, but I'm pretty sure it's something related to Cheetos. You have to take care of the machine you're in, the human machine, okay? You cannot deny biology. Learn game, because we all, as men, we want to have sex. Learn game is help you to get sex and identify shitty women. Okay? It'll teach you to identify shitty women so you can throw shitty women out of your life quickly. Because I will tell you, as a 36-year-old man, listen up, kids, all right? As a 36-year-old man, I have spent a lot of time with a lot of shitty women, and shitty women ruin your life. And it takes a lot of time for you to get your life back on track, guys. So if there's a shitty woman in your life, or you don't know how to identify one, sign up for the Masculine Empowerment Network. 2, if she is a shitty woman, get her out of your life immediately. Okay? And the last part of the core 4 is hold frame. And this is your boundaries. This is your psychological health. Okay? This is you as a man. No frame, you got no game, period. So this is very important for you to get through life well, to live an above average life, guys, right? So what he's saying, despite acquiring all this stuff, it's all meaningless unless you live forever, which we can't do yet, right? Wisdom and folly are meaningless. Let's go here. Then I turned my thoughts to consider wisdom, and also madness and folly. What more can the king's successors do than what has already been done? I saw the wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. Right? And folly is being a fool. You're fooling, being stupid, right? Wasting your time, going out there drinking all the time, wasting your time hanging out with bums, hanging out with toxic people, right? Because I'll tell you this, after you get your money sorted out, the best thing that comes to your life is relationships. Not just with the opposite sex, but good male friends, good sexual relationships with women or a woman, whatever your lifestyle choice is, right? Multiple women, one woman, family, right? Relationships. And these relationships are going to stimulate good feelings in you more than they stimulate bad feelings. And that's just all. That goes back to the happiness thing, right? Just wanting to be happy in life. Wisdom is better than folly. You gotta be smart. You gotta keep good shit around you, man. Being smart, having a good sharp mind about you, this is all important stuff. The wise have eyes in their heads, while the fool walks in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. And you know what he's talking about? Death. Dying. You're going to die, gentlemen. You're going to die. It is inevitable. How you die is somewhat in your control, right? You take care of your health, you take care of your body, you know? Chances are you can die when you're old, peacefully, ideally, right? Take care of your finances so you can age comfortably, right? You don't want to be slaving away in a corporate job in your 40s and 50s and shit. You don't want to be doing that. Then I said to myself, the fate of the fool will overtake me also. What then do I gain by being wise? I also said to myself, this too is meaningless. So let's say this. For the wise, like the fool, will not be long remembered. The days have already come when both have been forgotten. Like the fool, the wise too may die. So I think he's getting a little too caught up in himself here. I think if you have to have a choice, you definitely want to be wise over being a fool, right? But he's saying that they're both going to die and no one's going to remember you and everything in this life is pretty much meaningless, right? And that's the thing. You know, this is why... I'm going to go big screen here. I mean, this is why I just truly don't give a fuck about what people think about me, right? Like, I just don't... I'm not saying I'll go around stealing and beating children and kicking old ladies and shit. I don't do that. But I just find people who like me and I stick around with those people. And the people who don't like me, I'm like, good, fuck off. Just quick, fuck off. And I don't care. I don't care what happens to you. Fuck off. Kill yourself. Go get hit by a bridge. Go jump off a bridge. Go get hit by a car. I hope a pack of wolves eats you. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Because I just don't want to deal with that shit. Right? Because I understand the big picture that none of this shit matters in life. None of it. Okay? I have a certain standard that I want in my life. I don't want to be with shitty friends. I don't want to be around poor people. I don't want to be around negative people. I don't want to have a shitty girlfriend in my life. I don't want to have a shitty woman in my life. I don't want to have shitty family members around me in my life, right? I have a standard that I live by. I don't want to have an untrained dog. My dog is very trained. When I see other people with untrained dogs, I'm like, get that fucking thing away from me. I'm not having this little fucking little hellhound running around my house, shitting all over the place, making my life terrible. No, my dog listens to me. My dog obeys to me. These are my standards, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But outside of having standards for determining the quality of life you want to live, everything else is pretty much meaningless. It is. It's kind of dark, and I told you this is going to sound like a dark episode. But this is true. Like, you have to realize this, and once you realize this, you're going to be so much better off. Okay? You're not special. Okay? Let me tell you something. Hashtag no lives matter. How about that? Fuck Asian lives matter. Fuck Black lives matter. Fuck blue lives matter. Fuck white lives matter. Fuck magenta lives matter. Fuck all that shit. None of it matters. You do not matter. Okay? But that should free you. That should elevate you. That should open your eyes and take off the shackles of society so you can realize, holy shit, I am free. I'm free to do whatever I want, especially now in today's society. Guys, if you're listening to me, you can literally do almost whatever you want. You can learn to code. You can fucking build something. You can get jobs that you want. Like, nothing is off your fucking menu. The only thing that matters is the effort you put in to get the results you want. Think about that. Think about that deeply. You know, stop thinking you're special. You're not. If you died tomorrow, majority of people, maybe your mom would care. Some of your close friends, they'll have a vigil for you once a year. They look at your photos, or some shit happened to you. They'll look at these photos and be like, I miss Bob. You know, he's a great guy. And then they'll go on with their life, and then they'll die, and then you'll be forgotten forever. And that's what's going to happen to you regardless. No one's going to remember you. Okay? Like Steve Jobs, right? Probably will be forgotten in like 5 to 10 generations. Max 10 generations. All his wealth, everything he's done for society, the iPhone, who cares? Elon Musk, he'll get us to Mars. People will probably remember him for the rest of human history. You know, that's one thing. But then he's just going to be some dude that's on a page of a book or in a memory pod or wherever the fuck is out there. You know what I mean? You're not important. I'm not important. Guys, if I died, or if I killed myself, or I did something fucking, I went on cage diving trip in Hawaii and fucking shark ate me, right? What a way to go. That would suck. You know, you guys would be like, man, MLD was a great guy, but I guess we got to go watch Fresh and Fit. I guess we got to go watch Donovan Sharp. I guess we got to go, who's going to replace him on Rule 0, you know? Got to go watch Rolo. You'll get over it. You'll get over it. You know? So moving forward, let that liberate you. You know? You're free to do whatever you want if you take action in the direction you want to go. Because, like, nothing you do is really that important because it's all meaningless. So determine the life you want to live and then go after it. Because if not, if you don't choose the life you want, you're going to work for somebody who did. You understand me? You hear what I said? If you do not choose the life you want, you're going to live for someone who does. You either choose to be free, or you're going to work for someone who's going to use you to finance their freedom. And that's the via slave labor. You're going to get paid, but, you know, you're going to be making someone else free. AvidTuber says, we need you to balance the force with Cappy on Rule Zero. Cappy is he's a funny guy, man. I love Cappy. I think sometimes he just gets a little too dark for my, like a little too, I don't know. Maybe I'm really smart too. So maybe I have like an unfair advantage. But for me, I don't know. I made it happen. I just don't understand why other guys can't. And I've seen other guys in my community make it happen as well. So, yeah. Yeah. Augustus, you the man, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to go places, guy. Just keep on pushing forward in the directions you want. You're going to make it happen. You're going to make big things happen. You know? Like the fool, the wise too must die. See? Toil is meaningless. So I hated life because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me. All of it is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. I hated all the things I had toiled for under the sun, because I must leave them to one who comes after me. And who knows whether that person will be wise or foolish? Yet they will have control over all the fruit of my toil, into which I've poured my effort and skill under the sun. So toil is mean like I'm working hard for something, right? This too is meaningless. So my heart began to despair over all my toilsome labor under the sun. For a person may labor with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and they must leave all they own to another who has not toiled for it, right? Babe, don't stop doing that. That's bothering me. So, and this is why you see rich kids typically blow their parents' wealth. And rich kids 9 times out of 10 don't amount to anything, right? 9 times out of 10. Not all, because I know some guys who come from a good family of business, and they're Harry in the chat is one of them. I don't know if he's still here, but Harry comes from a family that is very hardworking and disciplined, and Harry's also a very successful man himself, and so he's an outlier. But how many guys? I mean, how many of you guys know a dude that comes from a rich family and is a complete fucking loser, and he gets all the inheritance and he blows it all? Why? Because he didn't go through the suffering that his father went through to build the character to acquire these resources and keep them. Acquiring resources is one thing, but keeping them, that's another. And that's a big thing there. It's really important. Making money ain't shit. Keeping money, now that's where it's at. Vader in the chat says, 24 years old, waking up every day at 5 a.m. to be a construction worker, basically slave labor, but I have to do this to get money. I have realized I have to do something or I'll be stuck here forever. Just so you know, I used to be a construction worker myself. I was a construction helper. I got paid $9 an hour cash under the table by a big fat man named Gary. And he went to Thailand. He got himself a wife. He was an old good old American boy. I liked Gary. He was a good guy. He treated me well. He was a good guy. I worked my ass off for him, and he paid me cash. But I've done that kind of shit too, man, to pay my way through college. I used to work construction, and when you work construction, what do you see? All these alcoholics, all these drunks, all these crackheads, meth heads, You see all this shit. And I used to see all these guys, and, God, it is what it is, but just speaking objectively, I saw all these fucking losers, and I was like, God damn it, I can't be doing this the rest of my life. This shit motivated me to go to college and sit up straight and put on, I would dress up when I went to class in college. I would wear, like, a dress shirt from Express, the Express 1MX. Man, I swear by that shirt. The 1MX dress shirt from Express is seriously like, if you're a guy trying to get your shit together and you can afford those shirts and wear them, and because looking good opens doors. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And I would wear that shit, sit in the front row in my college university classes in University of Central Florida. I would sit in the front and I would I would stop the class of like 300 and ask, I would put my hand up and be like, I don't understand this. Can you please let me know it again? Because I had to pay for the college courses myself. And so I would hold up the whole class, but I didn't give a shit because I didn't want to pay the money and waste the time to take the class again and again. Right? But when you look good, the professor respect you. The professor liked me. So he always told me, you always ask these great questions. You're a smart guy. And I attracted hot girls because girls would come up to me after class like, I am so glad you asked that question because I was so confused and I didn't know what to do. Right? But yeah, looking good, it's worth it. And that's being around those losers, no offense, but those guys smoking cigarettes, smoking crack, doing cocaine, seeing these guys, alcoholics, getting their money and going buying drugs on Friday. Come on, you guys working fucking, you guys work in construction. No, you see they pull out the cash, they pay these guys on Friday, and they go out buy drugs, cigarette, beer, that Friday night, and blow it all. And I would see that shit, and I'd be like, fuck that, man. I'm going to go home, I'm going to shower, I'm going to save my money, I'm going to eat some chicken and rice and broccoli, and dress up for college and sit in the front row and ask questions and do my homework. That shit terrified me. That shit scared the fuck out of me. So you're on the right path, Vader. Keep it going. It's real, man. It's super real. Shout out to Jason, the man in the Hot Dude Army who follows me around the globe. Jason, am I going to see you in Germany? Oh, Jason, I love you, buddy. Oh, Jason. Good friend. Talk about a night of debauchery. Jason witnessed it firsthand. Vader says, thanks, man. You're an inspiration. Well, I'm keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. No, Jason, I'm going to be there for literally 2 hours. You'd fly there just to see me. Don't. Just go to Miami or Orlando. We'll meet up there. Anyways, did I lose my place? Okay, let's go back to this. Oh, yeah, talking about, the sons and the shit. Yeah, losing everything you want to a dipshit kid. Oh, God, just leaving it to a dipshit. That's the worst thing you can have, right? The shitty son, right? I refuse to have a bad child. I'm going to make sure my sons are badasses. If I don't have sons, I'm going to be fucking... I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping until I have a son, God damn it. I'll tell you that much. Let's go here. So my heart began to despair over all my toilsome labor under the sun. For a person may labor with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and then they must leave all they own to another person who has not toiled for it. This too is meaningless, a great misfortune. What do people get for all the toil and anxious striving with which they labor under the sun? All their days of work is grief and pain. Even at night, their minds do not rest. This too is meaningless. So this is a little defeatist for me, but I think it is great to go back to on the whole existential, probably say problem, but really the existential reality we all deal with, which is we are going to die. Life is going to end. So you need to be very smart on how you spend your years, because you do not get your years back. There is no reset button. There's no rewind button. Once you spend your time, you cannot get it back. And the biggest pain you will suffer in life is the pain of regret. I know so many women in their late 30s and 40s who are sad and miserable because they were fucking hoes their whole life, and then they finally can't. Now they're getting older. They can't attract any men or quality men. All the good men are really much, good men. Let me tell you something. Attractive men in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, they're not looking for women in their late 30s and early 40s. They're looking for women early 30s, late 20s, mid 20s. That's what they're really looking for. Quality men, really, bums that'll take any old bitch. Yeah, well, those girls are going to be miserable regardless with that kind of guy. But, the pain of regret I see on these women is real. The pain of regret I see on these men who wake up in their 40s, they have no money, they got no lasting friendships, they're broke, they're struggling to get through life, they're making $2,000 a month. They're in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. They've wasted their life. Wasted it. Don't let that happen to you guys. Do not let that happen to you. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Lumberjack Samurai says no sense of urgency. Death should give you the ultimate urgency, boys. A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. This is true, right? This is why recently I've kind of loosened up on myself on like being a Nazi about my diet, right? Because that's why I went to I went to the pancake shop 2 days in a row, right? I went yesterday and I went today. And today, to be fair, after here I am rationalizing shit that doesn't matter. No one really gives a fuck, but it only makes sense to me, right? Only matters to me. So after I went and had my breakfast today, I did go walk for an hour, and then I went to the gym, and I walked on a full incline for 30 minutes, and then I did 15 minutes of bike, and then it's a 10-minute walk to my gym, 10-minute back. So I did about 2 hours of cardio today to kind of balance out the meal. But yesterday I had French toast. I had 3 pieces of French toast, a piece of fried chicken, home fries, some scrambled eggs, and some bacon, and a cranberry lemonade. It was fucking delicious. And today I had blueberry pancakes. The lady hooked it up. She gave me free blueberry sauce topping on top of it. I love her. Gave me whipped cream. I had piece bacon, 2 eggs Benedict, home fries, and a piece of fried chicken. And you know what? It's because I work my ass off, and I work so hard, and I study hard every day. And through my toil, as written here in the Bible, right? Through my journey of achieving to the next stage, the stage of life, my next level of success that I want, you got to enjoy the process a little bit, right? Like, I never really understood these people who are like, oh, I just got to suffer or eat like 4 eggs and like, like one fucking potato over like 6 days and like have perfect abs. Like, I don't want to look good that bad. I just want to be happy. I want to enjoy life, And so, and that's when I look at the whole thing philosophically, and I look at life, and the purpose of life is to enjoy it. Okay? That's the real purpose of life. Enjoy it. And I think that's really good here. How he says a person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. This too, I see, is from the hand of God. For without him, who can eat or find enjoyment? And every time we hear the hand of God, we're just going to say this is just red pill truth. We replace God and Jesus with red pill truth. So it can apply to all men who are watching, regardless of your faith or whatnot, right? To the person who pleases him, God, so the person who abides by red pill truths, gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness. But to the sinner, this is the blue pill person, so the sinner, because being a blue pill is the ultimate sin, right? But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering up and storing wealth to hand over to the one who pleases God, right? This is now where it gets really fun. These guys who are out there living that blue pill life, right? Come on, it's kind of dark and evil, but get out there, and their task of gathering up, storing wealth, right? Getting out, being the emotional girlfriend, being the friend zone guy, satiating all those emotional needs. So the only need she really needs is to get piped by a fucking red pill alpha dude. That's where we come in. Thank you for prepping me with my fatted calf, oh blue pill slave. But to the sinner he gives a task of gathering, storing up wealth to hand it over to the one who pleases God. This too is meaningless chasing after the wind. Okay? So, that's nice to read, Lumberjack Samurai. He says, I'm at the stage now, 32, where I don't need to hustle all day. I'm so efficient now that I can do a third of the effort. I save energy and recharge faster that way. Yes, man. So smart. That's you. That is great to hear, buddy. You should join the Masculine Empowerment Network and come in there and teach that shit to other guys as well. Because that's the thing. You want to leverage your youth to set up things to have good financial plans for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Things that are making money to make you money. Because here's the deal, right? There's 3 levels. Let me tell you guys. Okay. So stage 1 is you're poor, right? These are just the 3 stages. Basically, you're poor. Okay. You're a slave. You have no money. You have no skills. You're a fucking loser. Stage 2, you're rich, right? This is you're making. We'll make it achievable for most people. $150,000 a year to $3 million a year. 150,000, 3 million. Large range, but bear with me. Now you're rich. See there, you're rich. You have a system that works for you. You can make money, but you always have to be maintaining the system, and you're still kind of a slave, just your higher level slave, right? And then stage 3 is you're wealthy. Now you own things that make money for you, whether you're present or not. This can be index funds. This can be cryptocurrencies that are not speculative. This can be laundromats. This can be, apartment buildings, right? These can be apartment complexes. But that's where I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get to the wealthy block. You know what I mean? Vader's got stage 1 mastered. Great work. But that's where you want to get, right? And it's just basically so you could sit back and enjoy life, age gracefully, and die peacefully, hopefully, right? Who knows? Because you could do all this shit, and then you get like a brain tumor and you fucking die, right? And that's the truth about life. And you have to be grounded in reality as a man in order to have the success that you want. If you want to be an above average man, which if you're watching this right now, you most likely want to be an above average man. Am I right? Do you want to be an above average man? 1 in the chat, yes. 2 in the chat, no. I'm pretty sure I know where this is going to go. But if you want to be an above average man, then you got to do the above average shit. And that's being grounded in reality. Most people escape from reality. They're delusional. They do not live in reality. They live in a fake reality. And that is a problem. So, we have Patreon coaching tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take a quick look here.
For watching today's episode of Interview with the Man. We're going to get right back to the show. But I wanted to take a moment to remind you that if you need personal help with dating and getting your money right specifically, we offer that services over on my Patreon. All you need to do is go to patreon.com/modernlifedating. What we do is on the 2nd and 4th Sunday of every month at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a group coaching call where men from all over the world come in with their questions on how to get their dating and their money right. If you're having trouble with your dating life, if you're having trouble with your finances, let me help you. I have turned my life around and I can help turn your life around. All you need to do is go to patreon.com/modernlifedating. There is limited enrollment. It is only limited to 150 members, and already more than half of that has been filled up. This will be filled up, so don't forget, take action now. Lock in your space. Go to patreon.com/modernlifedating and let's get some coaching for you today.
Patreon coaching tonight. Go to patreon.com/modernlifedating. And then you will be able to get in there. It's going to be a good one. Got some good lessons for you boys, as usual. A couple spaces have freed up because every month someone quits, because that's what life is. People are quitters. So if you don't want to quit, you want to come on in, come on down, and join us. It's going to be lit. How's everybody liking the book of Ecclesiastes? Are we enjoying this? I'm enjoying this personally. There are a lot of chapters in this one. I know Proverbs had 30-something. Ecclesiastes has 11. 12 if you don't count if you count the last one, conclusions doesn't matter. But there's some great stuff coming up here, and I'm going to continue moving forward with this. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I'll see you tomorrow, where we'll be talking about inner game here on Alpha Male April. Every day in the month of April, I will be live on this channel teaching you guys about the core four: money, muscles, game, frame. Until then, you guys make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Peace out.